Hey everybody, welcome back to Revival Tournaments. This is ADV Revival. I am Big Will. This is my first Revival narration. I hope y'all missed me. It's been a minute. But I'm happy to be back on the mic for y'all. Today we got Tempokin versus Clarison. Let's just jump right into it. Off the rip, we have a Fortress lead versus a T-Tar. Fori should typically switch out of this. Yup. Okay, and the T-Tar reveals Taunt. That's interesting. So you're going to either be seeing Taunt Suit Tar or Taunt Toxic Tar. It looks like it's going to be Taunt Toxic with the slide. So that could be kind of a giga threat to a Fori team because, I mean, you're going to have a Ref Pert probably, but that's the best thing that can swap to it. And that can get abused by the Skarmory. And even with Fori that can come on Skarm right and spin, you still... Oh, I don't love that Doug play. Because it's not going to kill, right? Why did you... Yeah, I don't love that Doug play. You got to chip the... That's what the spikes are usually helpful for. You got to chip the Celebi first before you can trap it. So Celebi actually going to gain quite a bit of HP back here. It gets Pursuited even. So yeah, you're not even... You're going to get Giga value out of the Celebi. You basically just 2 for 1, maybe plus. So that's pretty big, especially if you have like Skarmgar in the back. The Suitar being dead is pretty nice. I think after the Doug play, I think you have to just click Crunch there. Moltres is gonna come. T-Tar gonna double back in on the Blissey. Nice play from Clarison. I think from Clarison's end, we're looking at probably Swampert, Skarmory, and maybe a Gengar, something like that. Yep, and there's the Toxic. And it is gonna be Ref Pert, of course, especially with Doug. You're pretty likely to see Refresh Pert on this type of team. Does crit the Skarm on swap in. Okay, so there's the Skarm. Probably looking at... like I said, we're probably looking at Swampert and then like maybe a Jirachi or a Gar or something from Clarison's side. Tempokin probably a Zablast, I would guess, but we'll see, I suppose. Yep, the Moltres plus the Taunt Skarm able to actually generate quite a bit of momentum here, but the rest Zap coming in. Oh, never mind. Oh. So what happened here, I expected this to be Rest Zap, which is why I was like, Moltres is kind of going to thud into a brick wall. Is the point I was about to make here, is that you're going to have to really flex the T-Tar to get the game going. But instead, there was a little bit of a self-goob that happened here, it seems. Grass, of course, only doing 70-ish to a standard defensive Swampert. And Swampert then crits the Torrent Hydro in the rain, which if it's Rain Dance Zap, I'm not sure that mattered, I'll be honest. Pert is a strong bitch, especially in the rain, but... Oh yeah, it's focused too, it's off Pert. Yeah, okay, that probably didn't matter. Yep, and then the Taunt Skarm's gonna wreak havoc on the rest of this team. Taunt Skarm is so good into this, dude. And with Zapdos dead Moltres... Zapdos dead and Bliss at 50, you get one spike and you start Molt doubling, and all of a sudden it's like, yeah, they should be cooked. I mean, Swampert's gonna come here. I would double... Or Tar, sure. So now Pert's gonna come and take the Wish, which is fine. Yep, Skarm comes, Bliss comes back in. Yeah, Skarm was good coverage there, because you can hard it into Pert, and if Bliss comes, you just taunt it, right? So, yeah, this looks pretty solidly played in the mid game to the end game from Clarison here. Yep, the object of the game basically is just don't let the Bliss heal up so that your Moltres can end up starting to make some progress. I am interested what the last is. I'm pretty sure, given the way they're playing, it's probably a Jirachi or something similar, because I'm pretty sure after the Doug interaction, I'm pretty sure Suitar would have tried to come. Or, sorry, Gar would have tried to come to hold a spike on Fori so that Moltres can start making progress. But, yeah, looks like... yeah, I would guess it's probably a Jirachi or something. I'm not really... It seems kind of Fire Wake if it's a Jirachi. Maybe it's an Arrow. Could be an Arrow, too. No, I feel like it's not Arrow, though, because you have EQ Tar and Moltres. EQ Pert. What is the last? Is it just like off guard or something? Is that why it didn't come? I don't know. I'm guessing it's like off guard Jirachi or something like that. I don't know. That would be my guess anyway. I mean, you're gonna be a little weak to stuff like Zard. I think yeah, something faster would be good. So maybe off guard is good. Maybe off guard is the last year. I don't know. We'll see. But into game 2 here, we got Tempokin switching from the 4-H's lead to the Tyranitar lead, and Salamence now. T-Tar versus Mence is a very interesting lead dynamic. We are going to see a non-CB Brick Break come out. So that's actually a pretty big risk there. Clicking non-CB Brick Break on turn 1 is kind of a risk. Skarm should usually swap, but as Fire Blast Bliss gets revealed with Mag, this could be... That Celebi took a lot, too. That's probably a fairly offensive Celebi. I think I would have liked to see Skarm come there, but even then you're at risk of Mag. I'm looking at, like... It's like Doll, maybe, or Starmie on Clarison's side. It's gonna be a pretty tough matchup, because I doubt a Spike will be able to be held unless Tempokin has a Gar, and even then, it might be kind of tricky into something like Def Me. And it sure don't look like he has a Tar if he's using Gar if he has Arrow Me. It's got to be like Metapert last. There's a Kingdra. So maybe there isn't a spinner then. It's like DD Mence Mag, Celebi that takes advantage of Blissey. Interesting. Okay. Yep, so the Mag Trap is going to come through. I mean, like I said, though, I feel like I'm okay with taking that as long as, like, now that you've seen Kingdra, right? Because now you're not sure. I would be pretty convinced at seeing Kingdra that there's probably not a spinner, right? Which means that your one Spike is going to go a hell of a long way, especially given it's not lefties Kingdra and Celebi's already so low, right? It's going to go a long way for chipping the Swampert, too, because Aerodactyl looks like the primary way to win from Tempokin's end. From Clarison's end, though, if Pert is not able to find an opening here, unfortunately, it's going to take a bunch of soft PP, more than likely is what's going to happen. But I also do think, though, it's Jirachi last. Okay, yeah, I was right. It's probably Subsium or something with some way to deal with Blissey, right? If it's coming in like this. Doubles back immediately to Swampert. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure that this, I don't think this Kingdra has a win path necessarily. I think it's going to be more so, we're more so looking at like the Jirachi, potentially. Especially if it's Grass Rachi, it's going to be pretty good here. Which I'm guessing it is. It might not be, but I'm guessing it is, because you might kind of want to match up divide Pert teams. But it's Brick Mence, though, with lefties. So is it Mixed Mence? 21 to Skarm. Is that Mixed Mence? It might be. I don't know the roll off the top of my head. That sounds right. Okay, the DD Mence is going to come here. It does have Brick Break. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you might have lived that as Blissey. You might have been able to, but even then, you're running so low on softs anyway. You're already at 9. That was actually a pretty good tar double. Oh, it's this. Oh. The Zoomers love this set, and specifically Mayo loves this set. I don't really know why. I mean, I guess that's why, right? Because if you hit the Dynamic Punch, it's like pretty good, but then you have to hit Dynamic Punch, which is maybe like the worst part. But now, yeah, I think the Rachi is just gonna, well, with the Pert dead, the DD Mence actually comes and sets up now, so that Earthquake should just end the game, I'm pretty sure. Yep, Starmie's at 79, it's in range. All right, GG. Especially given it's Brick Mence. So it was Fizz Mence the whole time. Okay. No, it's Brick Mence with Mag, so it's dropping EQ. Okay, yep, you got it. Okay, and yep, HP Fly is going to clean up what I'm presuming to just be off me. Yep. And that's going to do it. Clarison with a very interesting team in game 2, taking it 2-0 over Tempokin. A pretty interesting set, all things considered. I thought in game 1... I think the major momentum loss for Tempo was just letting the like going to Doug early and just like basically sacking it for no reason, Because in order to, you kind of have to deal with the Celebi for as much as it is really annoying for this team. It's like really, especially without Rest Sap, it's really annoying for this team. You kind of just have to deal with it for a little bit and then catch it on a double. That's what you're supposed to do to deal with that Celebi. But because you need to get it, if it's offensive Celebi, you need at least once. Either way, it's you can only really consistently trap it with like one spike, and if it's even more defensive, then it can take as little as like 67, I think, some shit like that. But it's hard. Yeah, harding Dug on Celebi is almost never correct. But yeah, I mean, either way, very interesting set. I apologize for going off about harding Dug on Celebi. I feel like I'm maybe ramming that point home a little bit too hard, but you know, it's all right. Good stuff to Clarison coming out with the 2-0 victory. Very interesting team in game 2, as I said. And yeah, I'll see you all in the next one. Have a good night.